Hey everyone, it's Dim from Mindset Arc. Let's talk today about whatever. I have no idea. And honestly, I didn't want to have any topic today. I didn't want to have scripts. I realized that I probably will need to do that from time to time, but for now, I want to establish this communication and to be able to say whatever I want here. There is different types of pressure. I want to record good videos. I want to record something that can be helpful to people. But at the same time, I don't have much experience. But I'm trying to come off as the person who has this experience. This is my ego talking, and I think that I know a lot, but in reality, I don't. And I forget to tell about that from time to time. I probably sound a bit arrogant while giving advice, which I don't know if it will actually work. I don't have the experience to verify that. All of these are my ideas. All of these some kind of my experiences. Everything that I talked about for the last 70 days. I don't know what's gonna work. I only worked with 2 clients and 2 friends of mine with self-improvement concepts. I talked with these friends and a couple of more people about this, and that is all the data that I can rely upon, and it wasn't really extensive. But for some reason, in these videos, I want to be perfect. I want to create the advice that will definitely help. And that is not what's gonna happen in reality. Most of these videos will actually not be really helpful. Maybe some of you watching this, maybe you're watching this sometime in the future, when I will actually succeed in this and will be a little bit more popular and some people will watch me. Maybe you want to rewatch these older videos. So at that time, I don't know what I wanted to talk about. At that time, I will probably have the experience and knowledge to at least know how to talk, to give some advice, to properly give it. For now, I think I need to just relax. This video is not about giving advice at all. I don't want it to be. This video about myself. How am I thinking right now? How am I processing everything that happens with this project? For in the beginning, when I had only recorded like 10 or 20 episodes, I was really looking forward to recording every one of them. I experimented, I tried different things, I had a lot of concepts that I wanted to talk about. And at that time, I probably had some new insights because I was in coaching as well, or I at least just finished coaching. And I had a lot of things that were happening in my life, so I could talk about all of this. At the same time, probably that advice sounded even more arrogant because I was convinced that it is the right way. And look at me, with a month later, doing exactly the opposite things. I'm not saying that my previous advice wasn't working. It definitely was. Just the circumstances can be changed. And then that advice won't work anymore. If I will listen right now, in this my current days, where I am not being able to focus on anything else, and I honestly I don't want to focus hard on something to create schedules to be most efficient person possible, as I wanted to be before. If I will try to use my own advice from that time, I will definitely fail. I don't even want to listen to anything that I talked at that time. Maybe one or two topics that are not really about self-improvement, but all of the time about rituals, about journaling that I talked a little bit ago as well, about making progress, starting new things. I don't really want to do this at this time, and that is okay. I think what this period of low effort, my low productivity that I'm experiencing right now, that I feel like it's ending a little bit, and I want to go back to my old productive life and be more efficient and have more effort with everything. But still, I think what this period this last month gave me is the realization that circumstances can change. I will probably say that phrase at some point fully, but not now. So circumstances can change, and your desires and what you actually effort that you want to do changes as well. And I could have forced myself to still cling to the ideas that I had before, to the some framework of day-to-day actions that was working before, and it was working, definitely. But I didn't want to make myself miserable, and sometimes it is a choice to accept that maybe that approach that was really efficient, that was about controlling every aspect of the life of every day and going to sleep at 11 p.m. stat and waking up at 3:30 and like having coffee, going to shower, then making a journal, then working on articles, going to the gym, like everything was almost by the specific time that I did. And it worked for a while. It even worked for almost 7 months, 8 months that I used polyphasic sleeping in one or other way. Even through periods of low effort, I still was using polyphasic sleep to have more time in a day, to go to the gym more consistently and all that. And probably I will return to that soon because it's really interesting to me. But still, being open to recreating the framework of the life, this period taught me this, gave me the skill of listening to myself, even letting myself go for a while, which I don't really believe that I am now lower, like, at a lower state than I was a month ago. I didn't regress. I maybe stayed at the same point in all of in a lot of areas of my life. Maybe, for example, in gym that I lost a little bit of progress, but it's not even a regression. It's it can easily be achieved again. It's not really a step back even. It's just staying at the same place a bit. But in other areas, in listening to myself, in being more okay with whatever happens, also believing in myself even when 2 of my weeks were literally two actions in a day: working and playing games. That was all I did for almost 2 weeks. I met with some friends, but that was basically all. And previously I would have blamed myself for it. Definitely. I would have considered it a waste of time. I I would need to do much more, and I would have been unhappy by doing this. I needed to try new things. I needed to meet new people. How about my goals? Don't I make progress on them? Why don't I make progress? I need to make more progress. I need to be more efficient. I want it all to be quicker. I would have thought like that before. And now it's okay. I can lie down on my couch for a couple of weeks and see how my productivity just diminishes and how it is harder to recover from that. Today going to the gym was really hard. Previous attempt a couple of days ago was me fully preparing for the gym, but I just didn't want to open the door and go outside of my house. It can happen, but it's not bad per se. It can make things a little bit harder, but still, if you really want something, it just needs to you will just need to spend a little bit more effort at the start. If you don't have motivation supporting you, if it's just something that you think will add to your life, but you just cannot do that for 1 week, 2 weeks, you will eventually be able to do that. Just don't blame yourself for it. And that's exactly what I did. I was okay with myself not making almost any progress. Just lying there, not doing almost anything, recording these videos, working, playing games. That's it. And overall, I think I made progress still. Just not in the areas I thought would be the most important, but in the areas of accepting myself, understanding myself better, that this period can happen for me. I see it now clearly, and I am okay with taking a little time to relax, not put too much pressure on me. Maybe this, I think almost 2 months of after my coaching ended, this not really big progress. Every week was a little bit less effort than the previous one. Maybe this 2 months setback will not allow me to achieve the goals that I planned for this year. Maybe that may happen. I may not get this project that I am doing. I could have made much more effort. I could have made it already after 2 months of progress, 2 months of doing this every day. I could have made it much more quality wise. I could have attracted many more people. I could have learned to speak better. I could have started working on my accent that I wanted to do from the very start. But you know what? I can fail some of my goals. That doesn't mean I will be failure as a human being. I am taking my own road to my goals. I know that I won't quit. I know that eventually I will get there. Even if it will take me more time than I would have wanted. That is just the fact. It took 3 years instead of one, for example. But even then, I cannot know that. Only 2 months have gone. If after 3 years I will look back and see, okay, I could have done that in 1 year. Okay, yeah, probably I could have. But I probably would need to sacrifice my peace for that. Something else that I don't want to let go for now. Something stops me from going all in with this project and making it my business as I wanted to at the start. Something in the middle. Probably social stuff, probably dating stuff, probably psychological, mental stuff in my head that I just don't believe that I want to go fully all in on that. Maybe I feel alone and that's why that is my excuse. Maybe I just need some time to accept myself more. I don't know. I have no idea. I only know that I can talk for 16 minutes and enjoy myself here right now. And that is what I wanted to do for a long time. You know, I don't know if you're listening to this, I would really be interested why. Well, I guess it can be relatable. But for now, for me right now, it is not an outlet for it is an outlet for just the things that I wanted to say. I just wanted to have no pressure at all. I wanted to sit here without even pushing myself to create some of the topic that I can talk about that can be useful. I just wanted to talk about myself. I feel that's what I need right now. And I didn't want to turn it into advice, but you can do the same. It helps a lot being able to share your perspective even if no one will watch it. You're still creating something of yourself. Either you're talking, or you're making journals, or you're writing some pseudo book that will never be published, or whatever you're doing. You can make art, you can make some programs, you can anything, some creation. It can be a good outlet. I wanted to sit here and talk. I didn't want to write. I wanted to sit here and just say whatever comes to mind, trying to sound a little bit more, as a person who can be listened to, but without any pressure to be perfect. I think I have succeeded today with what I wanted, what I really wanted to do. I don't want this project to be something that I hate. I really don't want to hate it. I like doing these things. I love being on camera. I would love to improve here. I would love to get to the point when I could just, nonchalantly give some advice and don't worry about it too much. If it works, if it doesn't work, I would love to get to have some experience that I can share. For now, almost everything that I had, I already shared. It's almost like I'm repeating myself every time. But for some reason I hate this. I hate repeating myself. I think everything needs to be on point and everything needs to be new and I cannot rehash stuff. I am trying to give as much value as I would probably be able to do after coaching like tens of clients and recording, like having this recording gig for me, recording videos for a couple of years. I'm trying to put on myself pressure of this kind of experience. That is just not true. And even after a couple of years, if I won't be able to give more than I do right now, then I think it will be enough. I won't probably have a big audience. I would have honestly be surprised if someone will watch me if I will keep this up. If this will turn into some of my vlogs about what's sometimes happening in my life. Probably I will still have these pauses in my recording when I would want to sneeze like I did now, but I forgot where I was going with this. My mind is just upside down now. So I think I will end this because I will need to go elsewhere in 3 minutes. I always record this before important moments, aren't I? I think I wanted to say all that I wanted to say today. I've said everything I wanted. And I guess that is a message for me. If you will be able to, you know, project it on yourself, that would be cool. But most importantly, it is a message for myself. My open thoughts about what I was feeling lately, what I'm feeling about this project, some of my fears, some of my worries, what I want to in the future as well, and how I treat all of this. I needed this video to unwind. I don't know if the next one will be useful. I have no idea. But I will give myself permission to just do whatever feels right. And don't, you know, don't judge myself upon some abstract standard that I created from some other people that are my way further ahead than me, or just have more motivation. We are all different. What works for me now is sitting before the camera and talking about some random shit that I find interesting. And that's how it's gonna go. And that's what I will like. So, thanks for listening, me and everyone else who will listen to this. See you in the next one and have fun with your life.